They often say absence makes the heart grow fonder. But have you ever stopped to wonder why some absences are deafening while others fade into the background? Why, even after you've stepped away, there's an undeniable echo of your presence in someone else's life? This isn't about ego, nor is it about power. It's about the essence of who you are and what you represent. When you walk the Stoic path, the loss of you becomes more than just the absence of a person. It becomes the absence of a steady hand, a quiet strength, and a presence that others, deep down, know they may never find again. Today we explore why the loss of someone like you, rooted in Stoic virtues, lingers far longer than you might think. Number 1. The foundation of your value. Value isn't built in a day. It's forged in the crucible of actions, discipline, and unwavering principles. The Stoics believed that our worth is defined not by what we own or the roles we play, but by the character we cultivate in the face of life's trials. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless meditations, reminds us, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This isn't a command to posture or pretend, but an invitation to embody values that resonate far beyond words. To live with integrity and purpose is rare. It means rising above petty arguments, letting go of selfish desires, and resisting the urge to control what lies outside your grasp. When you choose to live this way, you create an aura that others cannot help but notice. You become the calm in a storm, the strength that doesn't need to boast, and the wisdom that listens more than it speaks. Women by nature are often highly attuned to emotional subtleties. They sense not just what you say, but what you embody. Your Stoic nature, rooted in composure, resilience, and quiet confidence, creates an emotional safety that is hard to find in a world dominated by reaction and chaos. When you show restraint in moments of conflict, or offer thoughtful words in times of uncertainty, you become a beacon of stability. When you leave, the void you leave behind isn't merely the absence of a physical presence. It's the disappearance of an emotional anchor, a reminder of the steadiness you brought to their life. While others may be quick to blame, explode, or retreat, your ability to face adversity with grace becomes the standard by which future interactions are measured. And when they inevitably compare, they find that you were, indeed, rare. In a fleeting moment, they might not have fully appreciated what you brought to the table. But as time stretches on, the absence of your steady hand and composed heart grows heavier. The realization dawns. What they lost wasn't just a relationship, it was a connection with someone who understood the importance of virtue and acted on it. Number 2, the unseen power of restraint. In a world that glorifies instant gratification and impulsive actions, restraint is an act of quiet rebellion. It's easy to speak when emotions are high, to lash out when provoked, or to cling when faced with loss. But the Stoics understood that true power lies in control, not of others, but of oneself. Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Restraint, therefore, is the foundation of freedom and a profound source of strength. When you practice restraint, you send a message that is louder than any words. You do not seek validation from others, nor do you rely on external circumstances to dictate your peace. This quiet confidence is magnetic because it is rare. Women, in particular, notice this form of control because it stands in stark contrast to the chaos and unpredictability of impulsiveness. They might not articulate it, but restraint radiates stability, and stability feels safe. Imagine a situation where you could have lashed out, defended yourself with sharp words, or chased after what was slipping away. Instead, you chose silence, not out of indifference, but out of wisdom. You knew that words spoken in anger or desperation hold no power. Your silence wasn't passive, it was a declaration of inner strength. You weren't reacting to them, you were responding to your higher self. Over time, restraint reveals itself as an unshakable power. While others might falter, consumed by their impulses, you remain composed. It's this unyielding demeanor that lingers in the minds of those who once took you for granted. They realize your silence wasn't weakness but wisdom, and they regret the loss of someone who could navigate even the most turbulent storms without losing their balance. When they come back, and they often will, it isn't because of regret alone. It's because they now see what restraint truly represents. Self-mastery, dignity, and a refusal to be governed by fleeting emotions. Number 3. the legacy of a steady heart. Life is full of challenges, and how we respond to them defines the legacy we leave in the minds of others. The Stoics taught us that every action, no matter how small, contributes to the person we become. Seneca once wrote, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." To live with a steady heart means to live in a way that leaves a lasting impression, one that cannot be easily forgotten. When you approach life with a calm resolve, you cultivate a presence that others gravitate toward. You don't just react to situations, you navigate them with intention. This steadiness is rare in a world driven by fleeting passions and unpredictable emotions. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but mastering them, ensuring that your actions are aligned with your values. Women notice the man who can remain composed when others panic, who can offer reason in the face of chaos, and who carries himself with quiet confidence. This steadiness isn't just attractive, it's deeply reassuring. It signals reliability, a quality that becomes even more evident in your absence. When someone like you steps away, they don't just lose a partner, they lose an anchor. And as time passes, the depth of that loss becomes increasingly apparent. While others might struggle to fill the void, their efforts often highlight what made you unique, your ability to remain constant in a world of change. This realization often leads them to reflect, not just on the moments you shared, but on the person you are. They begin to understand that your steady heart was more than a trait. It was a testament to your character, a character forged by the principles of self-discipline, wisdom, and courage. Number 4. The echo of true value. What is truly valuable is often not appreciated until it is gone. The Stoics believed in the impermanence of all things and the importance of recognizing value in the present moment. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This urgency to value what is here and now is often overlooked by those who take things for granted. When you remove yourself from a situation or relationship, it creates a vacuum. The person left behind is faced with the reality of your absence, and in that emptiness, the value you brought becomes magnified. Unlike material possessions or fleeting pleasures, the traits of a Stoic, patience, wisdom, and unwavering character, cannot be easily replaced. Women, too, feel this echo of value. At first, they might not fully comprehend what has been lost, but as time passes, and as they encounter others who lack your depth and steadiness, the comparison becomes unavoidable. They see how your presence elevated moments, how your strength provided comfort, and how your actions reflected integrity. The echo of your true value grows louder in their solitude. They might remember the times when you offered perspective in their moments of doubt, or remained calm when the world seemed chaotic. And it's in those memories that they begin to feel regret, not just for losing you, but for not cherishing what they had when it was theirs. This realization is a testament to the Stoic way of life. By living with virtue and intentionality, you create a legacy that endures even in your absence. And those who overlooked your value will find themselves drawn back, not out of guilt, but out of the profound understanding of what they have lost. Number 5, the strength of moving forward. The Stoics were adamant that we must never dwell on the past, no matter how painful or tempting it may be. Epictetus reminded us, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." And in embodying resilience, we show the world and ourselves that our strength lies in forward motion. When someone returns after rejecting you, it's easy to let your ego take over. You might be tempted to prove them wrong, to make them see how much they missed out on, or even to seek revenge disguised as reconciliation. But Stoicism teaches us to rise above these petty desires. True strength lies in moving forward, not to spite others, but to honor ourselves. By choosing not to look back, you send a clear message. Your worth is not dependent on external validation. The person who left will notice this shift in you. They will see a version of you that doesn't cling, doesn't beg, and doesn't crumble. And that version of you, the one who walks forward with purpose, will be far more compelling than the one who waited for their return. Women feel the weight of this strength because it contrasts sharply with societal norms. Where others might grovel or remain stuck in the past, you break free. You show that your life isn't defined by rejection, but by the paths you choose to take afterward. This act of moving forward isn't just for show. It's a transformative process, one that builds resilience and fosters growth. And as you continue on this journey, you'll find that the regret others feel is not your burden to carry. It is their reflection of what they failed to appreciate and what they can no longer have. Conclusion: embracing the power of virtue. In the grand tapestry of life, our value is not determined by fleeting moments of rejection or acceptance, but by the unwavering principles we choose to embody. The Stoics believed that our power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering ourselves. When someone who once rejected you feels the pull of regret, it is not a reflection of your shortcomings. It is a testament to the strength, virtue, and resilience you have cultivated. As Seneca wisely observed, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Each chapter we write, each choice we make, weaves a narrative of character and purpose. Those who failed to see your worth will inevitably come to understand it, but by then, you will have already moved forward, steadfast in your journey of self-discovery and growth. Let this understanding guide us. Our silence in the face of unnecessary conflict, our courage in standing for what is right, and our dignity in moments of rejection, all these are marks of a life well lived. We don't seek revenge or validation, for we have something far greater, the peace that comes from living true to our values. So, as we walk this path, let us not dwell on who left or who returns. Instead, let us focus on the legacy of virtue we leave behind. A legacy that speaks louder than words. A legacy that echoes in the hearts of those we touch, even when we're no longer by their side. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on how Stoicism can guide your life. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below about a moment where embracing resilience or moving forward changed your perspective. Let's start a meaningful conversation in the comments. And if you found value in this video, hit that like button. It helps us reach more people who can benefit from these insights.